Strategic planning is really critical for leaders. I think strategy is one of those things that's talked much about. I think it's sometimes talked about too much, and I think often it gets confused in the whole process. So what we wanted to do here is give you a process on how to think about and move forward with strategic planning, and also so that you can actually start to align your people to it, because I think that's the other failing, that strategy is really strong at leadership level but isn't necessarily put through into the business. So how this model works is that there's an order of things in strategic planning. So you can see here at the top, no strategic planning is going to be highly effective if it doesn't have that sense of strategic direction. So what is that top level view of who we are, where we're going, what we're doing, who we're doing it for, the strategic aims, the roadmap, all those kind of components that enable us then to give a very clear sight to the people in our business about what this strategic journey looks like. I suppose what this is all about, the intent. It isn't necessarily about the detailed how we're going to achieve things, but it's given the intent to ourselves and to our business about where we're going. What that then enables us to do is then to move to the next level of strategic planning, which is what we call the go-to-market strategy. So evolving that direction into who we're here for, what are the market conditions we're servicing, how we position ourselves in our market, how we reach in our market, all that stuff that would sit around a go-to-market strategy that then would feed into what we call the delivery strategies, which is how do we then build a strategy to sell what we do, to service our clients, to deliver what we sell operationally. There's no point building sales strategies, operational strategies, if we have no go-to-market strategy. I think this is the big thing that happens with the strategic planning process, is it gets very muddled up and squashed together, for want of a better word. But if you can really be clear that we have direction, we have a go-to-market, then a sales strategy, an operational strategy, a service strategy makes sense, because they're pinning to something, they're delivering something, as opposed to starting there and then trying to backfill the things that are above it. And I suppose then in keeping that order of things moving, then that naturally leads into the things that enable the strategies, and we call enabling strategies. We know the strategies around our people, our numbers, compliance, if that's relevant for you, but also innovation. Innovation is definitely an enabler. And I think probably just worth focusing on innovation slightly, because I think innovation falls into two camps. In businesses, it's either non-existent, and then over time your strategy kind of wears out and you start to lose traction and the ability to keep moving forward. Or it's almost like a complete opposite, where businesses have tons of innovation, tons of ideas, and they keep chucking them in. But then what happens is that as they keep chucking in new ideas, it almost hijacks the existing strategy. So I think it's really important with the innovation element is to have a strategy for innovation, but to manage it in such a way that you feed that into the existing strategy in a way that doesn't hijack what you're currently doing. So I think just worth focusing on that last piece there. But strategic planning process, it's all about separating out these elements and driving through an order of things, so that when you get into your more detailed, and I said I'd talk about align this to your team, as you move through this, you should be handing this through into your people more and more. Maybe they even are building the detailed strategic pieces at the delivery and enabling level, off the back of the intent you set at the top of the model around the direction of the go-to-market strategy. A final element just to consider on the planning process is that ultimately it all has to be underpinned by a business model that is both scalable and or sustainable. There's no point having a strategy around a model that doesn't work. So that's just a check and balance for you on that. And I think as we were just talking about in terms of cascading this down into your team, as you cascade this through your business and it gets, the people within the business pick up the more detailed planning processes, expect that to inform what you've set at the higher end, at the intent end, and be prepared to reiterate. So the process in its entirety should look something like this, underpinned by the model, with an open channel for informing from the lower ends of the business back up to reiterate at the top, because strategy is very rarely a perfect science. It's an art and a recipe that you will probably refine over time. So good luck with your strategic planning.